About prayer, how do you answer the critics that say, quote, God is not Santa Claus, when you say, he's so much better than Santa Claus?
That's a great one. Yes, I love it. I bless the systematic theologians, and I thank God for them, and I thank God for the beautiful privilege of being able to study. I really do. But I remember, my professor's holding the God's not Santa Claus, and he really is so much better. And I have a story. It's another story that's probably out of most people's box. It was way out of mine at the time. I knew that God could create bread. I read it in the book. I saw him do it many times. I knew he could create fish. I knew he could cause water to come out of a rock, but I actually had put God in a box, and I didn't think he could make plastic. I don't know why somehow that I had limited my understanding of God to such a place. I compartmentalized it. Well, God can do this because they're hungry, but God can't do this. And one day we were having Christmas, and there was a huge queue of people, and we had the prostitutes there, and we of course love them in their journey before they're even filled with his love. We just keep on loving them. So we had all the alcoholics and the addicts and everybody. It was just crazy, and people were getting beat up, and some people thought it was a miserable Christmas, but I remembered it with great joy because the pastor that got the most badly beaten didn't beat back. So I thought that was awesome. It's all in your perception, isn't it? But I was sitting there, and the Lord said to me, like usual, I want you to go low and slow, and I want you to look at each child. And I was with some of my friends, my Mozambican friends and children, and by the time we'd given out maybe 800-900 gifts, I don't know, the last people in the queue were our own children. They were our own kids. And I looked at them, and a psychiatrist was there. And she ran the mental health department in all of Alabama, and she was there in Maputo, Mozambique, where I was. And I said to her, I need you to look in the bag, because God asked me to ask those kids, I felt an impression, ask those girls, what do you want? Well, why would I be asking what they want when what was in the bag were stuffed, used, secondhand stuffed animals? She said, I told you there are stuffed dogs in the bag. I said, well, I'm asking the girls what they want. Now, I don't know why I did that. I can't understand with my mind why I did that, but I just felt God's heart to ask the kids what they want. It's like that in John 15. What do you want? You can have whatever you want. And I thought, well, that's been so misused, been so abused, and so completely turned in a miserable way, so often just grabbing and but I heard God say, ask them what they want. And the girls said, beads. We want beads. I said, Bridget, they want beads. And she said, I told you there's stuffed dogs in the bag. I said, no, they want beads, Bridget. And I'm looking at God. I'm looking at the one in front of me, and I said, they want beads. She's now reaching in the black garbage bag, and she pulls out beads. Wow, it was amazing. She's pulling out beads, and she's screaming. She's literally screaming. There were people from Argentina there. They're just leaping up and down. The Mozambicans were sobbing, were screaming. It's just beads in the bag. And I watched every child that wanted beads get beads. And my box, I had put God in a box. My box was big. My box was really big because I knew what God did in so many ways, but I still had him in a box. And he showed me, I'm so much better than Santa Claus. I can create whatever I want to create, and I can bless whoever I want to bless in any way I want to bless them. And God showed me He just showed me his heart. I've never seen it before or since, but it changed my life forever that day, changed my life forever. He's so much better than Santa Claus. He's so in love with us.